Video 1. Understanding your role as supervisor. The Supervisor Training Series will help prepare supervisors for their role in the survey management team. In this video, part 1 of the Supervisor Training Series, we will explain the survey workflow to help you better understand your role as a supervisor. As a supervisor, you're responsible for overseeing the work of your interviewers by both assigning cases to the interviewer and by reviewing the data that they collected. Survey Solutions lets you collect data with or without identifying information for the assignments, and with a defined or unlimited number of required interviews. For example, in some household surveys, interviewers will receive assignments with identifying information, the location of households that were selected to be interviewed, and the number of interviews to be collected, how many households that the interviewer needs to collect for that cluster. If the number of interviews is set to unlimited, the interviewer will be able to conduct as many interviews as they think are necessary to complete the assignment. In the case where headquarters does not know all the sample information before making the assignment, they can leave the identifying questions blank for the interviewers to fill in when they are working on the assignment. For example, a survey protocol might require a survey of 10 households in every cluster without specifying what particular households to interview. Another example is when all subjects in a given locality should be interviewed. Additionally, we might want to survey all households living in a village to determine the sample for the follow-up survey of households with children under the age of 3. We will now describe the survey workflow for assignments. Headquarters determines the subject that will need to be interviewed, households, firm, etc., and then distribute those assignments. Headquarters can give the assignments to supervisors or directly to the interviewers. If the assignments are made to supervisors, the supervisors will receive these assignments and then allocate them to the interviewers in their team. Alternatively, if the assignments are sent directly to interviewers, then the supervisor does not have to allocate the assignments to the interviewers. The interviewers will receive these assignments the next time they synchronize to the server. Once the interviewers have received the assignments from the supervisor or directly from headquarters, they will collect data for those assignments and send the completed interviews back to the supervisor for review. Supervisors will then review these completed interviews to confirm that all the questions have been answered and that the answers are consistent and plausible. After reviewing these completed interviews, supervisors will either approve or reject them and provide comments on the issues they found in the interviews. If a supervisor approves a completed interview, the interview is sent to headquarters. If a supervisor rejects a completed interview, the interview with the supervisor's comment is returned to the interviewer that completed the interview. After receiving the rejected interview, the interviewer must either correct the issues or provide comments to explain the strange or implausible answers. After they have fixed the issues in the rejected interview, the interviewer will need to complete the interview and send it back to the supervisor for approval or rejection. This process will continue until the interview is approved by headquarters. We will now explain what every status in the workflow means. Supervisor assigned means that the headquarters has sent the assignment to the supervisor. The supervisor must now distribute the assignment to an interviewer. Interviewer assigned. This means the assignment has been given to an interviewer. The interviewer must now conduct an interview with the intended respondent. Completed. This means that the interviewer has marked an interview as completed and has sent it to the supervisor. The supervisor will now have to review this interview for completeness and quality. Rejected by supervisor. This means that a supervisor has rejected the interview and the interview is sent back to the interviewer who completed it. The interviewer must now address the supervisor's concerns by changing the questionnaire and providing explanatory comments. Approved by supervisor. This means that the supervisor has approved this interview and is now sent to headquarters. Headquarters can now approve or reject the interview after reviewing it. Rejected by headquarters. This means that headquarters has rejected the interview so it is returned to the supervisor that initially approved it. The supervisor must now take action on the interview, providing explanatory comments or sending it back to the interviewer to be fixed. Approved by headquarters. This means the headquarters has approved the interview and no further action needs to be taken on this interview. In the next video of the Supervisor Training Series, we will explain how supervisors can allocate assignments and approve or reject interviews. For more information, please visit our support site.